Howdy guys, my name is Tamara Chambers and this is Tamara's Never Seen, and I'm in my most Western gear for part 3 of Back to the Future. If we can take a moment of silence for the first round of this filming, that would be very nice. Because I already filmed this episode and realized I didn't plug in my microphone, so. Anyways, like I said the first time, I'm very excited about this episode. Honestly, we all know that sequels can sometimes be disappointing, so I keep expecting these to get worse and worse, but I was not disappointed with this movie. So let's see what I thought. Hair flip.
Tamara's Never Seen.
Everyone online and some friends of mine were saying that the movie's either hit or miss with number 3. And for me, it was a total hit. Thought it was super fun. I don't think I would have liked it as much if it had come first. I kind of needed the first two to be kind of just as normal as time travel movies can be. But then this one kind of going off the rails a bit was really nice. I had a super great time with it. So of course the movie starts off and Doc Brown finds a way for Marty to get back to the 80s and back to his life, but Doc Brown will forever be stuck in the 1800s, 1885. So 50s Doc Brown and Marty find the DeLorean that Doc Brown from the 1800s has hidden for them. And they fix it up and it's all ready to go. But then they find Doc Brown's tombstone and it's dated a week after he wrote the letter. So of course Marty has to go back and save him. This movie is already so silly and so much fun and way different than the other two, and I love it. Is there a love count on this episode? Probably not. I said love a lot in the last episode. Love, 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 it's all I say. I love that they find Doc, there I go again. I love that they find Doc Brown's grave because 50s Doc Brown's dog is lying on it, and it's so sweet. Ike, would you lie on my grave if I died? I'll take that silence as a yes. A really cute part of Doc Brown's character is that before they find the grave, 50s Doc Brown is totally chill about living his retirement out in the 1800s. He's like, I think that's gonna be nice. I always wanted to be a cowboy. This is gonna be great. I love the positivity, super cute, totally his character. And then, of course, when they find the grave, he's like, okay, well, maybe not. So Marty goes back for him and he makes it to 1885, and then he's just casually chased by a bunch of Native Americans, and then soon after by a bunch of white guys trying to steal everything from Native Americans. Then Marty hurts himself running away from a bear. And that's the first time I've ever said that sentence. And he ends up being taken care of by his mother and his self, and they're a couple, and they're his great-great-grandparents, or however many greats, you understand. Distant relatives. And they pull the whole, like, oh, I'm knocked out, and she's, like, tending to him, and he's like, Mom, is that you? I just had a crazy dream, and she's like, it's not your mom, silly, and at this point, it's like, okay, well, that was a little repetitive. Also, I didn't really get, I guess there's, like, a payoff in the very end with those characters, but they didn't bring too much for me. Story-wise, like, they didn't really bring much of anything to the story for me. They always showed up and I was like, oh yeah, they're here. Because they have to have other people from other time zones that are the same characters. I don't know, blah, like what they did in the first two. So that got a little repetitive for the third time doing it. They got away with it so well in the second one, but this time it was just a little like, okay, I've seen this. Cute, but I've seen it. Though my favorite part of the movie is something they did in the first one, and it's where he goes by Clint Eastwood. I love that. Like how he went by Calvin Klein in the first movie. Super funny, so great. I would totally do the same thing. He's like, my name's Eastwood. Clint. I would have been like, I'm Portman. Natalie. Or like Cheats. Rachel. Hi, Rachel. I really liked when Marty can't find blacksmith Doc Brown, so he goes to the bar, and he's like, can I have a water? And I'm like, no. No, here's some whiskey. And it's smoking. Mine doesn't smoke. There is Yoda on it, though. So he runs into West Biff, or what? His name's Mad Dog. I'm just gonna call him Biff, you guys. You know me. Just know I'm talking about Mad Dog, whatever his name is, when I say Biff. And this scene is really, really well done. I love like the physicality of it, and the stunts they did were really awesome. Marty does some moonwalking that would make MJ proud. Then they fling the tobacco spit on Biff, and Marty makes this amazing getaway like on the chandelier, and West Doc Brown saves the day. Something that's super fun is seeing the DeLorean being pulled by horses, trying to get it up to 88 miles an hour, which does not work, but it's a great visual. And then they make the plan to have the train push the DeLorean to the 88 miles they need it to go. And then you meet Clara, who's Doc Brown's love interest, and I love, love, love that he has a love interest. And I forget that actress's name, but she was amazing on 30 Rock. Then they're at the town festival, and the costumes and sets are so fun. I think as an actor, this would be the most fun to work on. And actually, I was at Wizard World Chicago 2 days after I saw the first Back to the Future. And I was with awesome comic people. And they were like, let's go to this Back to the Future panel. I was like, yeah, great. And we're sitting there while it's like just about to begin. And I was like, oh, who's actually gonna be here? They were like Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox and I forgot her name. The actress who plays Marty's mom. And I was like, what? Nope. Ah! I was so excited. I was definitely also the only person in that room of thousands of people who had recently seen the film for the first time. Everyone was like diehard fans. Usually in the comments when people are like, I can't believe you've never seen this, you're a disgrace. I'm like, whatever, get over it. But in this room I was like, I am a disgrace. I don't deserve to be here. But anyways, the cast was saying that 3 was their favorite one to work on, though it took the longest to do some of the scenes. Also, something that Michael J. Fox said was really great to hear, and I loved it. Somebody came up and asked a question, and he was like, I know that there won't be any more sequels or reboots, but if there was, who would you want to play your own roles? And all 3 of them were like, we would. We would want to play. I would audition for it again. But Michael J. Fox said it, that if he didn't play that role and there was a reboot, he would want a girl to play it. And I thought that was awesome. And it's a perfect role for a girl. It's totally interchangeable. I love it. So another thing, at the festival, when Doc and Clara are adorably dancing, Biff comes over and steals her away and is really flipping disgusting. I can't say f***ing anymore because of the f***ing YouTube censorship things, but it's f***ing gross. Marty saves Doc from being shot, and then Biff calls Marty yellow, and apparently Marty can't handle being called anything that is not offensive. Chicken and yellow. Ooh! So Marty and Biff decide on a time to kill each other, and Biff is like, before 7, I like doing my killing before breakfast. And Marty's like, after 8, I like doing my killing after breakfast. I'm like, I wake up at 10 a.m., so you guys are eating breakfast very early. So at this point in the movie, Doc is super in love with Clara, and everything's right in the world, and he decides he's going to stay in the West with her because love. And then Marty's like, are you kidding me? You're a scientist. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll go. Because science. Kind of get both sides. So when Doc Brown tells Clara that he has to go and he can't tell her where, she's like, if you love me, you should be able to tell me where you're going. He's like, yeah, fair enough. I'm a time traveler. And she slaps the shit out of his face. And she's like, that is the most insulting, degrading thing anyone's ever said to me. Like, she has been hurt before. So Sad Doc has this incredible scene at the bar, and Christopher Lloyd is so good in this scene. He's so great in the whole entire series, but you really see that he loved having this character arc with the love in this movie, and it's really fun and sad to see him just really hurting, and he's really good and super sincere, and it's a nice break from the silliness of the movie. But because Doc is so drunk from one shot, Darth Vader, what a princess. Marty has to fight Biff. Those were water. Ugh, So Marty and Biff duel. It's a cool scene. He uses his like metal shield as a frisbee and he knocks him out. And I love that Marty doesn't drink anything or shoot anyone in this movie. I think it was like an obvious conscious choice to have him be like this like clean-cut dude. I appreciate that for this family film. And Biff ends up in manure, which is great for the 3rd time. That wasn't repetitive to me, so I don't know what the mix is, but Loved it. So Marty and Doc make it on the train, and I love this scene. So they have to hold it up to have access to it, and they're like, stop the train! And he's like, is this a holdup? And he's like, it's a science experiment! And I gotta say, I would be more open to robbery if it was for science. Just a little bit more. Then there's the very exciting scene of them trying to get into the DeLorean, and they realize Clara's on board. Doc saves Clara from the impending doom of the train going off the tracks, but then he's gonna stay in the West, oh no! So Marty makes it back, and Doc and Clara stay in the past. And right when Marty gets back, there's the scene where an actual train is coming on the tracks, so he jumps out, and the DeLorean is ruined, ruining any chance of seeing Doc Brown again. It's a really touching moment, actually. Having the DeLorean ruined is kind of, oh, this is the third and final movie. Ah, no. It's a great final moment of this amazing machine that caused these incredible adventures. And it's great because Doc wanted it to be ruined. Then Jennifer, the most pointless character in all of existence, shows up. So they both go back and he's telling her about the adventure and they're looking at the destroyed DeLorean. And then a mother-flipping, time-traveling train shows up and it's so good! Yay! You get to see Doc Brown again, it was so exciting! Clara's there and their children, Jules and Vern. Ugh. I was legitimately tearing up at this point in the movie. So Doc Brown just pops in to say hello, I'm okay, here's a picture of us because I love you and I value your friendship. And then he's like, I'm going. And Marty's like, are you going to the future? He's like, no, I've already been there. And then they pull up into the air in this giant train, shooting lasers out of it, and they go into what seems like space. So he's taking a train into space with his family? I don't know, it's probably not right. I'm probably gonna get a lot of comments telling me where they're going because of conspiracy theories and ideas. I don't know, guys. I honestly didn't expect to like this trilogy as much as I did. I grew up with trilogies, I guess. I watched the original Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Indiana Jones, and this was a trilogy that I was like, you just gotta get through it, I guess, for the show, for Tamara's Never Seen. I was not expecting to love it as much as I did, and it's really wonderful. Such. Wendy, please don't ruin that door. Yeah. I'm kind of doing something. Oh. Well, I didn't know that. Thanks for watching me watch these movies with you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm excited to see what future Tamara watches next. Well, I just finished watching all the Land Before Times. Maybe I'll start watching anime now.